Hey everybody,
Hello. Oh
it's
man,
OLED time.
it is. We are back for another week. Have we missed a week this year?
I don't know.
I don't think
We don't
so.
keep track.
I know we're pretty consistent. I just
Yeah.
I just try to remember from time to time. I can't remember. I don't know. My brain.
Chalk up another one.
Yeah, my brain barely works half the time. I can't even remember what the fucking video games are called.
Half?
Hey, hey, hey. You be nice, sir. Uh. Anyways, uh, what have you boys been playing this week?
Me? You're asking me what I've been playing?
Yeah, you play the most variety of games, so I'm actually really interested in what you're playing.
I played a few things recently. Of course, Tears of the Kingdom, and as I can talk about in more depth, this new game that I played during Steam Next Fest a while back, Friends versus Friends, fun new game that just came out.
Ooh.
And also, they just put on Steam this fucking old game from like 2018 on the PlayStation 4 called Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2, a free-to-play gacha Gundam game.
They just put that where? On Steam?
Yep.
And what how is it? Is it
I
fantastic?
forgot how fucking long and frustrating the tutorial is,
Oh,
and they did a really bad job with the keyboard and mouse navigation in the UI.
Yeah.
But the gameplay's fun. I love the gameplay. The gameplay's great.
Yeah,
Just everything surrounding it is like, oh god, I have to get through this.
I brought up Steam. It's the first thing on my Steam page. I scroll over it. It's got about 3,000 reviews, mostly negative.
Oh yeah. A lot of those were the server. There were a few issues. So first thing, they put it on Steam. You can download it on
Right.
like the 25th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then you launch the game and you can't play it. And people are like, "What the fuck? Why can't I play?" And the devs had posted when they put it on Steam, this game will release on the 30th at this time. So it's one of those things like people like, this is fucking horse shit, fucking
Oh my god.
busted ass game.
So they're getting review bombed because they were able to preload a game, basically.
Yeah, there's some miscommunication for some of those for sure, but a lot of them are probably legitimate bad reviews because
Right.
damn, this is clunky, man. This is so clunky and just like archaic in so many ways.
You know what it makes me think of? So, do you remember when you used to be able to play games on CartoonNetwork.com?
Yes.
And there was like
Oh
a
my
Gundam
God,
game
yes,
that
and
was
the
like a rock,
DBZ
paper,
game.
scissors game?
Yeah, in the DBZ
I just want that game back.
Yeah.
Huh?
There was a Dragon Ball Z game that was exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. But I really like the Gundam one. I just want that back because it was so fun. It was stupid. It was easy. It was fun. I'd pay $5 for that versus this free to play gotcha shit. Sorry.
Are there any? Hold on, Tim. Are there any gotcha games that you've played for any consistent amount of time?
No, I don't like them.
Well, I mean,
I've tried a couple of them, and I go, yeah, I don't like this, and then I go do something that I do like.
did you try Honkai Star Rail?
No, because I played Genshin, and I'm like, yeah, I'm
It's
okay.
not the same though because it's turn-based.
It's the same developers, and it's a gotcha game. It's the
I mean,
gotcha
it-
part that I don't like.
I understand it's the gotcha
As a
part.
whole,
that I
it's
don't
the,
like.
the gotcha
It's
part.
not the game; it's the gotcha. Like Genshin as a game was kind of fun. The actual like combat was okay. Like you kept describing, you're like, oh, it kind of plays in some ways like Breath of the Wild, and I was
It
like,
does.
yeah, it kind of does. Like it's the game itself is fun. It's the gotcha mechanics that make me go, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't need that in my life.
Tim is not a gambler.
Not like that. No.
He's
If
like,
I'm gonna gamble,
he's
I'm
like
gonna go bet on sport.
legally gamble on
Legalized
sports.
sports betting. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I was just curious if you'd be more interested in like a Honkai Star Rail because it's turn based, and I know how much you like Final Fantasy Tactics and games like that. You know what I mean? So
I love turn-based games. Been playing a couple of them,
of
but
course.
but no, not that one.
I haven't tried it yet either. I will try it at some point, but we all know it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's where all my fucking time's going. So
Well, it doesn't come out.
I mean, no, it kind tomorrow. Look, I don't care about what anybody says. Tomorrow's the official release date of fucking Diablo
The
4.
official release date is the 4th.
No, it's the 6th, is what they keep
Yeah.
telling everybody.
Yeah, unless you want to pay extra money.
Everybody's paying extra money for this game. I'm
not. I'm gonna buy it next week.
Good man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the hype train is fucking roaring for this game.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think it really, like, today when the reviews dropped for it was like all of a sudden it was like, oh fuck yeah, because I think no, they also started dropping this morning. I don't think I saw anything less than an 8 out of 10. Lots and lots of 9 out of 10s for that game, which I think everybody's just very excited that there's going to be a Diablo game that, outside of probable server issues when it releases, because it's a fucking live service game and that's just how this shit works. Outside of the server issues, it's probably going to be like a super good game out the gate. You don't got to wait for a Reaper of Souls to come out. You don't got to wait for a fucking Forsaken King or whatever the fuck that Destiny DLC was that came out to make that game good. You don't got to wait. It's just going to be good out the gate, and everybody's going to have a good time.
So you talking about the Taken King?
Yeah. That's a Forsaken King? I don't know. I can't... You know, Destiny did it twice.
Taken King. Yeah,
Destiny did it twice. They did it with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. It took them 2 DLCs before the game was even fucking worth a damn.
Makes me wonder how many expansions Marathon will need.
Probably 2, if we're going off the Destiny releases. Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, Cody, you're not the only one that's excited. Turn your TV in the chat. Let's go. Thinking about getting it. Looks like fun.
Rios playing a fucking ARPG, that would make me very surprised. He's a Rocket League and League of Legends main for his fucking game, and Tarkov. So I don't know if he'd be willing to sink the time in to get to the PvP. You gotta get to like level 45 and beat the campaign before PvP opens up, from what everybody's saying.
This could be the perfect entry point.
It could
be. For some people, they'd bounce off of every Souls game, and then Elden Ring came around, and boom.
I'll tell you.
Clicked.
I'll tell you one thing that's really gonna make it more accessible, and that is the controller support for it. So pro tip: if you buy a Diablo game on PC, and you want to use a controller, you need to completely exit out of Steam, because there's an issue. I don't know what the fucking conflict is, but I could never play with controller, and it's the whole reason I didn't play Diablo 2 Resurrected for a long time, because when I would hit A to like interact, it would open up the chat menu, and like a bunch of other buttons wouldn't work correctly, right? Excuse me. Like I'd hit start, and only every once in a while would it actually bring up my inventory. And so like I thought it was something that was wrong with my Xbox controller or like my dongle to connect it. And then I finally Googled it. I was like, I can't be the only motherfucker in the world with this problem. They're like, yeah, you just have to completely exit out of Steam. I did that. I'm in Act 5 of Diablo 2, and I only have 2 quests left because I just drilled through it, dude. Like, it's crazy.
It's a Steam input problem. It's like every once in a while, if you're playing a game through the Xbox launcher, well, if you press the Xbox button but you have Steam up, it'll bring up the Steam guide. Like it'll bring you to Steam if you're playing Halo through Xbox, and it's like, oh no, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's if you're not launching the game through Steam now, there's usually a workaround where if you add the game to Steam, which you can only do with a .exe, you can't do it with if you download it through the Xbox app, because that'll be a .uwp or Universal Windows Protocol app. That won't launch through Steam. You can't add it there. But like Diablo probably would work fine if you did it that way.
Yeah, I might try it. I don't know. I just exit out of Steam and I just go to town, so I'll be able to pop that up on the old TV. And,
can you buy Diablo through Steam now though?
No.
Like D4?
No.
I thought they were putting it on Steam this time.
No. It's just BattleNet.
I
mean, they need to support their platform for, whatever reason.
Do they?
And at this point, just put it on Epic and put it on fucking Steam and call it a day.
I had a bug like that where I thought I was the only one who was experiencing it, and then I was scrolling on Reddit. It was Tears of the Kingdom. So when I started playing, like every cutscene would have Link just like dripping wet, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I didn't go through any water. Why am I just like soaked? Is Link just like super nervous about talking to people and he's just sweating? Yeah, that's basically it. And then I was on Reddit the other day and I just saw a random comment where someone was like, yeah, for some reason my Link is like wet in every cutscene, and then it was just like a million other people like, no way, I thought it was just me. Like, no, it's all of us. It's all of us.
Good to know other people are also suffering with my cutscene issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, very excited for tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot to do at work tomorrow, so I might be theory crafting builds to figure out what I want to play. Because I can't choose between Necromancer or Sorcerer at the moment. But, to continue my other point earlier, controller support for the game, once it's working, is fantastic. I've heard that there are people that are like, there were like big time traditional like mouse and keyboard Diablo players, and they tried it with a fucking controller, and then they never looked back because it just works so well.
I'm a heretic. The first time I played Diablo, it was the PlayStation version, like PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah,
Diablo 1 came on
Diablo was on PlayStation. Yeah,
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, not a lot of people realize that because everybody, it was like your quintessential PC game at the time, right?
Right.
But yeah, it was also on PlayStation. The first time I played it was with a PlayStation controller, so I've always wanted to play Diablo with a controller, and so it took me forever when I got Diablo 2 in like, I don't know, middle school or whatever.
Yeah.
It took me forever to like break that habit, because it's, once I've played a game one way, I always want to play it that way. Doesn't matter what game it is. Like, it's really hard for me to play Halo and not grab my Xbox controller, because the first time I played Halo, I played with a controller.
Yeah.
But I can't play fighters without my controller. Like, even if I have a fight stick, I go, this is weird.
I'm glad you didn't play StarCraft on the N64, Tim.
Oh man.
God.
Yeah.
You can only play RTSs on the N64 controller.
That'd be awful.
I can't play anything with an N64 controller. I tried.
Can't even play N64 games, yeah.
No, not even them. Like a few years ago, I was at Shane's house and we were playing GoldenEye. And I was trying to just like holding the controller. I go, I don't remember where my hands go. How do I touch the stick? This isn't right.
It's a freaking trip, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Diablo 4, man. I think me and Ben are the only people out of the friend group getting it. Unfortunately, I hope the rest of you will join us eventually.
I'll get it just after it's actually out. I'm not paying all that extra shit for them. Like, the fact that there's a $100 version of the game and it doesn't come with a soundtrack or an art book or any of that. It comes with an emote and level skip for the battle pass, and the battle pass makes me go, okay, that's. I mean, hey, that's cool. Like,
welcome to 2023. This is what it is now.
I hate it.
I know you hate it, but like,
hate it here.
This is basically what it is now. I mean, you have didn't Tears of the Kingdom have that entire collector's edition that didn't even come with the fucking game, and God of War.
God of War did. I don't know about Tears.
I'm pretty sure Tears did too. Like, this is what. Or was it Gollum? It might have been Gollum.
Yeah, they had a very egregious special edition.
Either way, this is where you're at now. Like, those things are separate. Those are in a completely different collector's edition that they add those things into that you don't get the game with. You just,
one of the 5 collector's editions that you get to choose from.
Yeah, I mean, I know it sucks, and this is like a larger conversation, but like, every game is trying to be live service these days. I mean, you saw Sony at their recent state of play, or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, 60% of their portfolio is going to live service now, or something.
I don't know about that.
No, that was
that's actually their spending. There are reports out there that 60% of their spending right now is going towards live service games.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So-
I was just thinking a lot of the
I
games
think-
that they showed were not live service.
I think I mixed two things there. I think Skill Up talked today about the 60%, and I was just talking about the game show. But either way, yeah, like
everything they showed at the game show, other than like every Sony game that was shown at their showcase,
yeah,
outside of 2 of them were live service. If it was a Sony first party game, it was live service with the exception of 2 games.
yeah. So I just like
And one
live
of those was Spider-Man.
like game companies. They're like, I don't agree with this, right? But at this point, they're trying to figure out how long can they monetize a game. You know what I mean? If you don't want to monetize a game, you basically better just play indies at this point, because that's the only like subset that's not really pushing in that direction. And this is just a generalization. Obviously, not literally every publisher is going to be doing this, but like even a game like Assassin's Creed Mirage that was just debuted kind of thing, bet you it has live service elements in it. Like,
That's what. So their whole thing with Mirage is that it won't, because they're doing what is it, Assassin's Creed Infinity
Right.
or whatever. The
I-
one that
I'll
is live service.
I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing. Like,
I don't know. We'll find out.
it's just kind of where things are at. I don't know. It's unfortunate. I don't deny that at all. But yeah, I mean, all these game companies, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for long-term monetization and whatever that is. I mean, so you're really going to have to choose what you're going to spend your time in, right? Going forward. Because if everything has a fucking battle pass, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's already like that.
yeah. I mean, I have the Fortnite battle pass. I had the Halo battle pass at one point. You know what I mean? Justin buys the Sea of Thieves battle passes, actually completes those though. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm awful about finishing those kind of things, but I'm like, at the time, I'm always like, oh, $10, like it's not the end of the world kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, games really. With live service comes the idea that players need to be playing our games as much as possible
Yep.
and engaging as much as possible
Yep.
to make the experience better for everyone. But that comes at the cost of, like, we only have so much time.
Yep.
And what if we want to play something else? Then we're
Yep.
losing out because we're not putting that time into the other game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only 2 like major games I can think of coming out the rest of this year, and I could be wrong, but Starfield and Final Fantasy are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Spider-Man is supposed to come out this year, but we'll see because they didn't get a date, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
and most games is, I don't know. It's unfortunate. PlayStation had it right there for a long time. Just the single player masterpieces, playing a movie, third person. You know what I mean? Like they got the formula down, and now they're like, but we need to be all live service. And it's like, but why?
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
understand.
some games do it well. Some games, most games, do not do it well.
Yeah. Well, some games have to learn. That's I feel like where a lot of it is, kind of thing. Because was Sea of Thieves' first battle pass good, or when they first introduced that kind of stuff?
Yeah, at Sea of Thieves, honestly, all of their battle passes have been great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I actually
they've always
wasn't
had
sure.
a lot of really good, like, free content. They've always given players premium currency on
Right.
their tracks, like, good content. And looking at live service for Sea of Thieves, at least, it's more than just battle passes, right? Or
Right.
like games like Fortnite, they're also adding new things as the game progresses.
Right.
Fortnite's constantly changing up the map, changing the weapon pool, adding new stuff, new mechanics. Same thing in Sea of Thieves. They're adding entire new factions, new types of missions that you can do, all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They better not take away my Cobra DMR. Okay, it's the one thing that brings me a lot of joy when I play Fortnite.
Yeah.
I have a good time with that gun. So, but anyways, yeah. So Diablo 4 tomorrow afternoon, if I can get in the fucking game, because I know it's gonna be packed.
Oh yeah, man.
So we'll see.
The old day one server crash.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm here for
That's
it.
the way it goes.
Yeah, I'm not even mad about it.
Speaking of server crash, I bought this game that just came out called Friends vs. Friends.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And of course, immediately bought it, booted it up, couldn't connect.
Really?
Jumped onto their Discord. Yes, we're having server issues. We're working on it. Please bear with us. Even this little just indie game just got assaulted and their servers got destroyed, which I think is because the game was only $6. So they
Yeah.
probably got like a shit ton of people who bought
Right.
in. Like, what's $6?
Yeah.
That's what I thought when I saw it. Oh, what's $6?
$6 for 2 hours. You know what I mean? You like, you put in your 2 hours and be like, I don't like it, or I do like it, kind of thing,
Yeah.
and return it if you don't like it.
Yeah, honestly.
So
But yeah, this game's really cool. I don't know if you guys saw the little video that I posted. They have a really fun little animated intro that's like, the whole premise is that it's like this made up animal world. Like you've got anthropomorphic animal people, and these friends find this website that's selling these like magical cards, and they spend their life savings on them, and they build these decks to play this game against each other, which basically they play a card and they get a shotgun and they're killing each other, but there are no consequences because they just come back to life. And that's basically the gameplay. It's a mix between a first-person shooter and a deck builder.
yeah.
And Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
What? I didn't see the
just
Animal
animal
Crossing
people.
be. Oh, okay.
Did
I
you
thought.
hear what he said? Anthropomorphic animal people.
Yeah, but that's. I thought you meant like your friends have houses
also
that you can
farming.
visit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's
Well,
what
you're
I.
visiting,
Not quite that
But-
far.
not for good reasons.
You're like the FBI meme.
You're not
FBI,
bringing them
open
supplies
up.
to build anything. You're
No.
like, surprise, motherfucker! Splat! Shotgun to the face.
There's a lot of that, and then their face is ripped off. There's some gore in this game, which is really fun. It's got a cute, like, kind of low poly PlayStation aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
So you whip around, and if you like kill somebody with a shotgun, you shoot them in the face, all of their flesh is ripped off, and it's just like a cartoony skeleton underneath. A lot of goofy shit like that. I've really been enjoying it. I played it during Next Fest, and it was sweet. But the deck building adds a really fun aspect to it that kind of reminds me of Back for Blood, where you load in and you don't know what you're going to get until you get in there. And so the format is best of 5 rounds. You start with like 3 cards in the first round, I think 3 or 4 cards, and you just have them available to you, and you like mouse wheel through them and use them whenever you want during the match. But there's all kinds of stuff, so you can just like get a gun, or you can throw a landmine down. But then there's weird stuff too, like you can have a counter card. So when you play that, the next card that your opponent plays will be countered and just won't do anything, and they just get this message that says they've been countered, which if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, you know feels horrible.
I really wish it would say you activated my trap card.
There is a trap card thing. When someone uses a card like that,
Yeah.
you can see in the UI which cards they've used, and
Yeah.
if they use something like that, it just says like trap card until you do something that activates it. It's
Oh,
super
man.
funny. Yeah, there's a lot of really good humor to this game, and it's just kind of a lot of fun to just jump in and fuck around in. Like I don't get mad when I die because it's just so fun to play and just see what crazy shit happens. To explain like the goofiness of these abilities, there's a card you can get where you pull out your heart and you put it somewhere on the map, and then you just go do your thing. You try to kill the other guy, and they cannot kill you unless they go and find your heart and shoot
wow. Okay.
it. And it's just really goofy shit like that. Another thing will make your enemy's brain float out of their head. So if you shoot them in the brain, they just die.
If you shoot them in the brain, they just die.
I'm digging what you're saying. The goofiness is for sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really good time.
Yes. It is very fun to play. I'll post a really funny clip that I had, a skill shot that I had earlier.
Ooh,
I was playing on this map. All the maps are pretty fun too. Like this map is a bunch of trucks and cars racing along a highway super fast, and you're kind of like fighting amongst them, and there's like a big cargo container you can go in. We were doing 2v2s. My teammate was already dead, but I had a great setup in my hand. I had slowdown time and a sniper rifle. Okay. So I saw that they were both kind of up on top of this other car behind this giant like popsicle cutout on top of it.
Yeah.
So I slowed down time, pulled out my sniper rifle, scoped in, The one dude comes out from the cover, boom, shoot him in the head, instantly dead. And the other guy stayed behind cover, and I knew I only had so much slowdown time left, so I was like, whatever, I'll just shoot him in the leg. I shoot him in the leg, and you just see all of the flesh blast off of his leg in slow motion, and just his like cartoon bones showing underneath.
What the
And
fuck?
he died because he was at like
Uh-oh.
low enough health that it was enough damage to kill him. But it's just like I felt so cool. Like this is the perfect strategy. Execute, win. Oh yeah.
I don't want to play this game now.
Yeah,
it does sound
money.
like a
It's
good
only
time.
$6 dirt for its introductory we just released sale thing. So if you guys are interested, I would love to try it out with y'all.
Potentially. I don't, I have other obligations starting tomorrow, you know what I mean? So it's
That's
just like,
true. That's true.
oh man.
Raw
right.
Fury, that's the publisher for that one. They do a lot of cool, weird stuff.
I've played some Raw
They
Fury games.
should-
It was interesting.
Mhm.
Sounds like they need to hook up with the Devolver Digital.
Yeah, they're kind of in that same vein.
Yeah. Oh man. I was gonna say, yeah. We were talking about this a little bit before the show. The indie game I'm playing a lot recently is a fucking Crab Champions, dude. That thing,
yeah, you've been all
dude.
about
The
it.
dopamine rush playing that game, like it's so good. Like I don't know why, but it's fantastic, kind of deal. Just a roguelike shooter where you're a crab.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I unlocked the auto shotgun today, and by the time I died, which I was on like island like 80 something or whatever, I died to like a final boss type deal. I had turned that auto shotgun into basically a minigun kind of thing, because I was able to, you can get these things to make it so you can't or so you like shoot faster, reload faster, and all that kind of stuff. There's this, it's an ability called Juiced, and it's like shoot faster, move faster, reload faster kind of thing, right? And I leveled that up a little bit, and then I had another ability that allowed me to every time I killed something, there was a chance that I would automatically reload, kind of thing. So like I bumped that up, and then I had a couple abilities that would like, every time I clear an island, my max health would go up. Every time I clear an island, I'd get healed. Healing while damaging enemies, kind of thing. So it just turned into this craziness of me just fucking
Unkillable.
Yeah, I literally took videos. I'm gonna put them in the chat because I would absolutely just be annihilating these levels, and it was super fun. But not every run's like that. I've had a lot of shit runs compared to that, but when you get a good run going, it's like I don't want to stop. Like it's just super, super satisfying the whole time.
The
So-
gameplay does look very fun just to play it.
Yeah, you never thought jumping around and sliding around as a crab would be fun, but hey, like it's just I don't know. It's just a really good time. It helps that the gunplay is good, and they have a good loop. So basically, you only have 2 guns unlocked when you first boot up the game. It's like a little like SMG type gun, and then you can do dual shotguns. They're like basically like pump action shotguns, type deal. And the way you get more is you need to get 3 keys, and the way you get keys is by beating the bosses, kind of thing. So like if you do 1 full run, so which is 15 levels or something like that, if you do that much, you'll get 3 keys. But at the end of that run, you can loop back. You can either go back to Crab Island and be done with that run, or you can loop back, start at the beginning, and the enemies will all be stronger, kind of thing. And you can just keep doing that. Now, I did that 3 times, but on the 3rd time through, I wasn't getting any more keys after I beat bosses, which I thought was interesting. So, but that's when I was like legitimately like melting bosses in like 10 seconds. Like I'm not even joking. It's fucking amazing. Such a good time. I didn't even care at that point. I was like, I don't care. Just here fuck shit up. So yeah, it was a good time. I don't know.
Crab games, man. They're like their own niche in the indie scene.
They really are. The only other one I know is that what is it called? Crab Champion or something like that. The fighting one that I used to watch you and
Fight Crab.
Fight Crab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
played that for a while.
Yeah, I used to watch you
Pretty
guys
sure
play
there is
that.
one called Crab Champions though.
Is there? about to look.
Yeah, that's the boomer shooter crab game.
Probably.
No, it
Oh.
literally is. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's not even kidding. It
No,
literally is.
no, that's the game I'm playing. I'm stupid.
That's very
I'm
funny.
playing Crab
That's the game you're
Champions. That's the game I'm playing. Ah! Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh shit.
That's
Anyways,
amazing.
I see. I remember
Crabs.
I remember what a game was called this time. I just didn't realize it was the one I was playing.
We're all crab champions.
Oh my god. Anyways, what else were we gonna talk about?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh man. I'm glad you think so. Glad you think so.
Have you guys played Bolt Gun?
Love
No.
it.
Did
So
you buy
good.
it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, it's out. I'll buy that instead of Diablo.
We
it's cheaper.
never did the or I think we kind of skipped over some of the what have you been playing? Bolt Gun. Bolt
Yeah.
Gun and Speed Freaks are both.
Yeah.
Tim's on the
Both
Warhammer
fun.
kick.
I want to hear more about Speed Freaks. I haven't really looked into it at all yet.
So you'd be forgiven for looking at some of their marketing material and going, "Oh, it's Mario Kart, but you're orcs." Nope. There's a racing element, but it is a vehicular combat game, and you're orcs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. It's
So it's
stupid
more
fun.
of like a Vigilante 8.
I don't know what that is.
Damn it.
Yeah. He was looking for a brother and he did not find one.
Nope.
Mm.
I left you
Twisted
hanging on that
Metal.
one.
We'll go with
Oh.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah, Twisted Metal.
It,
yeah.
It's got a lot of like that. That's what I kept thinking when I was playing. It was like this. It feels in some ways like a Twisted Metal game. I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but like it's free to get into the beta or whatever they're doing right now.
Oh
if you
yeah, is it like
request
an
access.
opt-in on Steam?
Yeah, it's like you request
Okay.
access. I requested it, and it was like instantly I was playing. I was like, okay, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, Bolt Gun is thick.
The plot for Bolt Gun, right? It's like on it's like a side. It's happening during the original Space Marine game,
Mhm.
like that same kind of thing. Is that
Sort
the deal?
of. Yeah. So it's a prequel to Space Marine 2.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I find it interesting that they added that into the storyline. But I also love it because now that opens the door a little bit to there being other Warhammer 40K games that don't look like Space Marine also being part of that, like, canon for that game kind of thing.
Mhm.
And hopefully nobody fucks that up because, you know, Warhammer games are very hit and miss. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Alan, welcome to the
new,
chat. Alan's been playing Bolt Gun, so I'm on there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Bolt Gun's sick.
Have
It's
you-
so much fun.
have you been playing
I
it on the
haven't-
deck?
Yeah, I've been playing it on Steam Deck, and it's funny because on Steam Deck it says it doesn't even say it's playable. It says it's not supported, but it works just fine. I've had no issues at all. Locked at 60 frames. The only thing is some of the cutscenes
Mm-hmm.
don't load properly. I get like an old school like CRT, like all the colors going down,
Yeah.
but then I'm playing the game.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it doesn't bug me at all. It's
Wait, so you don't get the cutscenes at all?
if I'm playing on my Steam Deck, I get them on my PC.
And you don't miss them? You're like, let me shoot these fucking creatures. Let's go.
The cutscenes are. I mean, they're going for a very 90s style of cutscenes, so they're not actually super. The gameplay is what's important in Bolt Gun, and the gameplay is phenomenal.
The
The
gameplay
Yeah.
is what's important. I mean, that's
In
always
Bolt Gun,
true.
yeah, 100%. It's so much fun. It is chain sorting, chaos, guardsman is a good time,
Love it.
and that's how I spend a good chunk of that time.
Is that your favorite weapon?
So you can always use the chainsaw no matter what you're doing. I tend to the shotgun because it's a Doom style game is amazing, but I tend to like long range. I'm just using the bolter, and then I'll swap to my shotgun when I get in close, and then I'll just like with tougher enemies, I'll get their health down a bit, and then I'll chainsword them. And with guardsmen, I'll just like spam the chainsword, and you can kind of do what you could in Doom with glory kills, where you could go from one to the other with glory kills. You can kind of do that with the chainsword. It's not a 1-for-1, but yeah, it's a good time.
I saw that they have a retro category in their settings. You can like change how pixelated everything is.
I play with that on.
That is
course
awesome.
he
I love
does.
that that's a
So
feature.
good.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm very happy that like, because with Darktide being a slight disappointment kind of thing, I'm glad that bolt gun was like, okay, you didn't
Really
do it.
resonated.
Yeah, you didn't do it completely right, because you know Darktide has some really good gunplay kind of thing, but yeah, bolt guns really resonate, and Necromunda, right? You know what I mean? Is that the name of the
Yeah.
Doom style one?
Yeah, there was a
Which Necromunda, like I really love the levels, but I wasn't a big fan of like the actual shooting and stuff.
So there's a couple of Necromunda games that have come out the last couple of years. I'm trying to remember the exact name of the Doom style one, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. It's just not
Hired gun.
hired gun. Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't have that. I think where Bolt Gun went right and where Darktide went wrong is in the ambition levels. Bolt Gun is trying to be a fairly simple shooter. Here's a straightforward campaign. There's unlockables. It's basic Doom style shooting mechanics and 90s Doom style shooting mechanics.
Yeah.
What Darktide wanted to do was give you some live service elements and give you this co-op and give you story integrated into the gameplay and do all of this, and it reached for it and it just didn't come close.
Right.
Whereas Bolt Gun was like, hey, here's our objective, pretty simple. Let's make a fun ass game where you get to cut through the hordes of chaos as a space marine.
Right.
Cool, let's do it. So
Keep it simple.
The good old KISS method.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep it simple, Space Marine.
Yep.
Even better.
All
You made it even better. Hey, have you guys been following the Microsoft thing at all? Microsoft Activision?
Yeah.
I've seen the headlines.
Okay. Tim, are you familiar with that they did the hearing in front of the tribunal the other day?
Yeah, and it sounds like it's probably gonna, like, at some point the CMA is gonna get handed an L here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still skeptical, right? I think they should be handed an L, because something that was brought up that I didn't really think about when we first heard about the news that they blocked it over the fucking cloud gaming, and we might have talked about this, Tim, you might have brought this up, is that cloud gaming isn't like it's not a like a competing gaming service. It's a delivery system kind of thing. So the argument that a lot of people are using right now is basically that, yes, so there are X amount of Game Pass subscribers, right? But not all of them use the cloud gaming function type deal, right? It's just another option to, you can play it on your Xbox, but you don't have to install it on your Xbox kind of thing. Or you can play it on your phone, or, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, kind of deal. So, but the thing, I think if I remember right, the CMA has never overturned a decision in their history once they've made one.
So the CMA, though, they haven't overturned a decision. They have had decisions overturned. They have never gone, okay, we'll change our mind. But they have been told by the court system in the UK, you will change your fucking mind. And that's what's happening.
I don't know. I don't think that's how that works, because they're supposed to be completely independent. From what I understand, the CMA is supposed to be completely independent so that they're a non-bias type arm of their government kind of thing when it comes to these types of decisions. Because otherwise, Parliament would just, at the end of the day, be making the decisions instead of the CMA. Not to get too into like the UK's politics, but that's from what I understand. So
Okay, so the CMA has won 67% of its court cases since 2010.
oh well, it's a pretty high number. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that's good. I mean, it's good to know. But anyways, yeah, so Microsoft did their rebuttal, basically stating that they didn't do their math right. And the big piece of that was talking about how the cloud gaming numbers, right? Like, hey, that's not how many people actually, like, just because they have Game Pass doesn't necessarily mean that they use cloud gaming.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the argument boiled down to, amongst some other things kind of deal. So it does sound like the CMA. I mean, here's the thing: if they can get the CMA to overturn, Microsoft can then close the deal, regardless of what the FTC is doing. That's where it's at. So as the CMA approves it, then it doesn't matter what the FTC does. It'll go through at that point. They'll just close the deal at that point. So this is kind of like the last domino to fall for them. Because they already got the EU and they got China. Like, they have the other bigger countries behind them at this point. So, I mean, we could see this close by the end of the year type deal, if not sooner, depending on how
So we
long
could have World of Warcraft on Game Pass next year.
we could. And you're already paying $15 a month for Game Pass, so it'll probably be free on there. So it'll be interesting. I still think the next logical step is World of Warcraft on consoles. After that, but
Yeah, that would be a big move, I think.
yeah, is Final Fantasy 14 on consoles?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it initially launched on console and PC.
Oh, yeah, I remember that because I remember buying it for my 360, thinking it was a normal Final Fantasy game, and then and then putting it in the disc and realizing that is not what this is.
Yeah, it's confusing, right? Because it's just another numbered title.
Yeah.
That's something the lead dev on 16 was talking about. Is he brought it up to his higher ups, like, what if we just drop the number thing? Because that's really just fucking confusing people.
Yeah, I mean we're at 16. You might as well at this point, right? Like, you have Final Fantasy Tactics. That didn't have a fucking number.
Well,
Mhm.
we're at 16, and it's not the 16th game.
No, it's not.
It's
Yeah.
like
Definitely not.
20-something.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you've got like 13 and then 13.2 and then 13.2 part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X-2.
Yeah, I would be fine if they dropped the naming.
I still remember the first time I ever heard of Final Fantasy X-2, and I said, so 11?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, that was the first MMO.
Oh man. You know what? I think it might have been Final Fantasy 11 that I got on my 360, not 14. That would make more sense.
Yeah. The previous era. Yeah, because 14 was like PS4.
Yeah. It was definitely Final Fantasy 11. And then I was like, that's not a fucking Final Fantasy game.
Oh, yeah.
Made me all mad
man.
and shit. Oh, I almost forgot. So, well, Tim, did you watch Juicehead's video about Skyrim?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a lot of other videos saying that it sounds like they're getting a marketplace.
Yeah, so Skyrim, about...
Skyrim, that old game, you may have heard of it.
Yeah, you may have heard of it. You may have seen it re-released about 10 times.
It's funny because I've been on a little bit of a Skyrim kick, but then I'll be on Steam and I'll see Cody fired up Skyrim, Ben fired up Skyrim, Shane fired up Skyrim.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
We all seem to be on a kick right now.
I downloaded, I used the Wabajack to download a mod list of 1,800 mods the other day. It's a good time.
Whoa.
It looks fantastic. Fantastic looking game with that many mods. And the combat is way better at that point. It's just a good time. But anyways, so Skyrim has got a random update in SteamDB, which I believe stands for Steam Database, but I'm actually not 100% sure on that. But
correct.
Yeah, they people noticed that Skyrim got a random like little update on SteamDB, and they're like, that's weird. And that was like 6 months ago or something like that. And then a couple months ago, started getting weekly updates. And now, leading up to the Xbox Game Show, it's getting daily updates.
You know what's funny about that too is not only is that happening with Skyrim, there's another.
Fallout.
So Fallout 4 has been also getting a lot of updates lately. Not as much as Skyrim, but as many. And one of them was literally labeled New Vegas 2.
Oh yeah, and then it got deleted.
Oh my gosh.
And then it got deleted.
Yeah.
So people are like, were the devs just fucking around? Is there gonna be like, because there's a New Vegas mod for Fallout 4 that was kind of like in development but then disappeared.
Yeah.
And Todd has been on stage multiple times over the last few years talking about hiring modders to work on their games, like hiring people from the community. So the theory is that maybe the New Vegas 2 team got hired to make a New Vegas 2 DLC for Fallout 4, which would be cool. I don't know that it's a thing, but it would be cool.
Yeah, we've got some New Vegas stuff going on right now. Epic has New Vegas as its free game right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff swirling around Bethesda stuff, and maybe it's all just to get you hyped for Starfield, or maybe they're just gonna sell you more Skyrim shit and start doing the same thing with Fallout, which is actually kind of something a lot of the Fallout community has been like, why the fuck aren't we doing this with Fallout 3 for like 8 years? So this could be interesting.
Yeah, so but like what Tim said at the top, the main thing that people are speculating is that with how Todd's been talking and stuff like that they're gonna bring back the marketplace, because they have a marketplace currently in Minecraft, and people are making mods for is it the new Minecraft game that it was for? I'm trying to remember. But
No, that's a thing in base Minecraft.
Like, okay.
Like, I bought a bunch of expansions for Logan. Like, there's a Fallout map pack for Minecraft.
Right, but is it a modded one?
Logan. Yeah, it's
made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody made that and then published it through Mojang officially. So Mojang gets a cut.
Yeah.
But the people that made that make money.
Yes, and that's the theory, is that type of marketplace is going to come, since it's been successful for the Minecraft stuff, is going to come to Skyrim, Fallout, potentially Starfield is kind of like the extrapolation that people are trying to make, seeing all these updates and stuff like that. I know when I first brought this up to Justin the other day, he was like, "Who the fuck is gonna buy mods for Skyrim?" Like, it's 12 years old, blah blah blah. But man, I don't know what it is about Skyrim. Every time I boot it up, I'm having a good time. Every time.
The thing that I think makes that even stronger is if you play Anniversary Edition.
Yeah.
It has all of those Creation Club things like unlocked, and if you turn on survival and all this stuff, it plays like a very different game. Like it's still Skyrim. It still plays like Skyrim, but it feels shiny and new. And I thought it was a joke when I was like, they're fucking selling but then I got it and I'm like, oh, okay. And it's not the first time they've tried that either. Remember when they the Steam Workshop, you were able to buy mods, and it eventually got taken down because the community freaked out. But I like the idea of modders being able to do that for a living. I like the idea of modders being able to not just put that in a portfolio and be like, hey, I made this for free and made no fucking money on it, but like actually pay some bills with it too. So I don't love the idea of paying for something that has been free forever, but also it's not like Bethesda is saying you will only be able to buy mods, because they didn't take away your ability to get free mods when they did it through the Steam Workshop.
Right.
I don't think they will now.
I think my issue is that the quality of mods from mod to mod is vastly different, right? And you don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? It's almost like hiring. I talk about this at my job all the time. Hiring like a speaker to come and speak. They have their prices. You know what I mean? And if you've never heard them speak before, like you don't know what you're gonna get. So you can have them come out and talk, and they could absolutely fucking suck and just like shit the bed, or they could be fantastic. You don't know, but the price is there. Are you going to be willing to pay it to find out? Like, it's almost kind of like gambling, and there's just like the only way you'll know is if either you read it somewhere, which means somebody else bought it, or you're willing to take the plunge yourself. Like, that's kind of my only like gripe with having a paid mod system, because nobody's gonna go back, like if they can get paid for it, they're gonna choose to get paid for it over putting it on Nexus mods for free or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever, however that works. I don't know if they get paid these days. I know Nexus mod had that whole controversy a while ago, not about taking away the rights and stuff of the mods and all that. So I don't really know how that shook out, but yeah, that's kind of like my only little gripe with the whole thing, is because like if I went and made a mod, shit's gonna be garbage. I don't know anything about fucking making mods, but I could probably make $10 real quick. You know, if I just gotta sell it.
You remember that game that Tim found on Steam that was literally just like an AK-47 reshot or whatever?
Yeah, in the city. Yeah.
Kind of that energy.
Yeah,
but that's
very
where
much.
like the places these are hosted
the one
comes
I made
in.
the YouTube video on, or are you talking about one of the weird
Yeah.
ones I made a TikTok on?
Either. I mean,
I don't know.
They all fit.
But yeah, having some sort of place where all these mods are, where they can be talked about and like reviewed and stuff, that goes a long way to like sifting through them and seeing what people are like rating up and what people are rating down.
I mean, it does, but it still means somebody somewhere was wasting money on a shit product. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way. That's the only way you can rate up or rate down something, is if you actually install it and experience it and blah blah blah. So I don't know. That's just kind of my that's kind of my only gripe with it.
Capitalism.
I mean, it's true.
I was gonna say that's kind of like just any game on Steam that's not from a AAA publisher. Like, yeah, you don't know if it's good or bad. You don't. You don't know. You kind of do by reviews, which means somebody wasted their money on it.
Yeah, but some company is generally doing that, right? IGN bought that game or got a free key for them to review. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about like indies and Steam reviews. There's a lot of games that don't get reviewed that are on Steam.
Well, right, but I'm thinking the game that I'm thinking of that comes to mind when you say something like that is like Cassette Beasts, right? Like very much an indie game. Didn't get a whole lot of like pub and all that stuff. Still ended up on OpenCritic. You know what I mean? Still got reviewed by major outlets, kind of deal. Eventually, like some of these indie games do get reviewed, and you can go and do that. None of these mods are going to get reviewed without somebody, not a company, not somebody who's getting paid to do that, to review them. You know what I mean? Like it's just different.
I wonder if we'll see that become more of a thing as we see paid mods become a more popular thing for games to do.
Yeah, one of the guys.
Instead of game reviewers, you're gonna get Skyrim mod reviewers. There's enough.
I mean,
Skyrim
that's already
mods
it's on YouTube.
There are already YouTube channels
that
are
YouTube channels that do that.
Alan brings up a good question. Is there going to be a refund system? Because that could alleviate a lot of these issues.
Yeah, if I had to guess, probably not. But there should be. Should there be? Yes, of course. You know what I mean? It's basically standard practice unless it's a fucking Nintendo game these days. So
yeah, and like mods, right? Everyone's got a different computer.
Right.
Who's to say whether this mod will work on your computer or not?
Well, not even that. Is this mod going to work with the mods I already have installed, or is it going to break my entire list? You know?
Yeah.
Like
there are a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah, 100%. So that's why it's just why I have that small gripe. Of course, I would like people that are talented at modding, that it really enjoy it. Like the people that are doing like that did the Bruma expansion for Skyrim, like should 100% get fucking paid for that. Like it's a fantastic addition. It's basically a DLC sized addition to the fucking game, or like Sky Oblivion, or whatever the fucking other one is that they're doing. That's super.
Skywind, if those ever fucking
they have release windows, so I don't know.
Bro, I wrote they've been coming soon for a decade. I remember I wrote an article
on
like
2017.
It might have been longer ago than that.
No, it was like
I was still working at a group home.
Yeah, you were. I'm pretty sure. I remember because that was when I first started modding Skyrim at the time, when I had my SLI 1070s. And I couldn't get it. I couldn't get my computer to run it at 60 and also keep it looking fantastic at the time. And now my 3090 just fucking eats a lot of that shit for breakfast. You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember those days. But
yeah, it was interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the studio who does Valheim came out and basically said, we do not want anyone making paid mods for our game.
I did not see
Please
that.
do not do that.
That is very interesting. Why not?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly what their statement was, honestly. But I assume it was just, you know, a feeling of that mods should just be what they've always been, this free thing that people do to enrich the game, as it were. Or maybe it was something about them not wanting people to pay money for things for their game that they haven't approved of.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I thought that the message I thought you were saying is don't make mods for a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, and I was about to be like, Justin, they're coming after you in your first person mods.
Oh,
like,
no.
So I guess the alternative argument to what we're talking about here too, though, is when it comes to QC, if there's a marketplace, right, someone has to submit it. It has to go through an approval process. So how strict is that QC? Because Minecraft is mostly good about it, but not everything that winds up on the Minecraft marketplace is like what I would call quality. There's a lot of stuff that I go, no, we're not buying that. It's literally, but Dad, it says Skyblock. Yeah, it's literally a block. This is not.
Yeah.
This is not what you think it is, kid. This isn't the YouTube video you watched. This is something different.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bethesda can barely release games that work. I do not trust them to have quality control on mods. You know what I mean? Like that Starfield, Skyrim, Fallout. I mean, Starfield yet to be determined, but probably knowing Bethesda's track record is going to be buggy as shit when it comes out. It's just kind of how they do shit. So, which I know, I understand comes with the territory. They make gigantic games and a lot of shit can happen. You know what I mean? So it takes time. You know, they don't get the opportunity to send out a beta test to thousands and thousands of people.
I'll beta test Starfield.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would, but it's not, you know, it's not like that. It's not a multiplayer shooter that, you know, we see these beta tests for all the time. So so yeah.
Alan just reminded me in chat, another thing with Valheim is if you go and play on like a server, an unofficial server in Valheim, it'll just automatically download the mods that you need to play it.
Oh.
And nowhere does it say like, hey, this is unofficial. So that was something that they wanted them to point out, is telling people that your mod is unofficial, so they know like this is not representative of the game.
Right.
Oh, so yeah. When we put up that TikTok video, there were a couple of comments like, "How is he first person?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a mod. It's a mod.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
If it's not first person and you can't see his feet, it's not a game to Justin.
That's right. I have certain standards.
Yeah. What was that post that the Xbox media team did the other day? Games where you can see your
category.
legs.
Yeah, it was like a category in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh
so man.
funny. Yes, that's exactly what I like.
Justin, I'll never forget this because I thought this was super funny because I posted that and you were like, I feel so seen. Like,
My legs feel so seen.
Yeah. I was just like, that's fucking funny. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see going forward because we've already seen one iteration of this that Bethesda tried to do and it did not go well. So hopefully they can figure this out since there is a template out there. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just skeptical about it. From everything I've seen, these studios don't tend to learn from each other a whole lot. Doesn't feel like it. They don't seem to interact a lot either. Still no Doom guy in Halo. Just saying. Like,
for real.
You know what I mean? You want to make some money? People would probably spend
Let me buy power armor in Halo that is from Fallout, please.
Yeah, like, if you want to make money on cosmetics, put that in Halo. Look at Fortnite. They do it with a bunch of different IPs, including Halo. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I just don't feel
Yeah.
like they talk like that. So I'm just super skeptical.
What random aside, we're swerving to Halo now. Because it's not like Halo hasn't done that in MCC.
Yeah. They've done some weird shit in there.
You can buy like the skull helmet. You can buy like the Spartan helmet. You can buy like the Viking looking fucking armor set shit. Like, it's not like they haven't given you cosmetic options and they're just not doing it in Infinite. They're just like, hey, here's a couple. Here's a battle
cat
pass
ears.
you can unlock. Yeah, here's cat ears. Here you go.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sorry, didn't mean to turn this into a dunk on Halo moment, but it's pretty easy to do.
We always end up there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm all for modders earning money for the work that they do. And I've definitely, like, they'll have, like, is it Ko-Fi coffee?
Yeah,
set up where you
Ko-Fi
can just,
and
like,
Patreon.
give them whatever money straight to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. But a lot of people don't click through to get to that. They just download the mod and play it and enjoy it and don't even know that they could support these modders in any way. So a storefront option, I think, would be a really great way for these modders to make some money doing what they love.
Yeah, there's a guy I follow. He does the Constellation mod pack for Skyrim on Nexus. He is full time on that thing from his Patreon and Ko-Fi.
That's awesome. Patreon's really good for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's
Is it pronounced Ko-Fi?
Ko-Fi? I don't know.
I thought it was literally supposed to be pronounced coffee because it's like
there's a hyphen.
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Either way, he's gone. Like he has a Discord. It's almost annoying how often he posts updates, because updates sometimes break. Like depending on your rig, will break your fucking game. You know what I mean? So it's just like, do I want to update? No, I'm gonna skip this one. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, he always puts out really clear. He or she, I guess, I don't know. They always put out really clear instructions and stuff like that. And when they push it out, they're like, "Hey, here's the updates or whatever. If you like it, please donate." Blah blah blah. It's just all through their Discord. So, I mean, there's options out there. But yeah, he's got the second highest rated. Or they have the second highest rated like mod list or whatever the fuck you want to call it on Nexus for Skyrim. So
nice.
It's a good time. It's the one it doesn't have all the sexual content. You know, the one that's number one is obviously the one with all the sexual content. Like, this is how it works. So it is what it is.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Nintendo suing people yet, did we?
Oh, we didn't talk about what they're doing to Dolphin.
Yeah, so there's this emulator called Dolphin, right?
Yes.
It's an emulator that emulates the GameCube and the Wii.
Yep.
And it's been around for ages. I think it started development back in like 2008 or something. I can't remember.
Probably.
But they were planning on putting it on Steam, and Nintendo contacted Steam and they said, if this is on Steam, we are going to send you this nice little DMCA. And Steam was like, guys, we're removing this from Steam. Your page is gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
The funny thing is it's over to emulate Wii. There's called a common key. It's basically a part of from what I understand, it's part of the Wii's firmware. Yeah. But it's copyrighted.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to use Dolphin, you're using copyrighted content. So yeah, Steam would then be opening themselves up to distributing copyrighted content without permission of Nintendo. Yeah, it's ass.
Awkward.
The whole thing about it, I get the legality of it. I understand where Nintendo has a leg to stand on here. But if you're not gonna fucking sell me the game, if you're not gonna make it available for distribution, you're opening yourself up to piracy.
Yep.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do? Just never play the game or spend like $200 to get a copy of it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, and the other thing is, I think this is all spawning out of the Tears of the Kingdom leak, and people streaming it prior to it releasing and
I
stuff
mean,
like
that's
that, and
probably
using.
part of it, but it's not like
I think
Nintendo
that's the
has
major.
been like forever.
I guess I find it ironic that Dolphin has been announced for coming to Steam for a while, and then all of a sudden Tears of the Kingdom leak and people are streaming it and using like Dolphin or Yuzu or whatever, and now all of a sudden there's a DMCA takedown.
Oh yeah, the Skyline emulator for Android is dead
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
What was that?
Right?
Skyline
Emulator. It was a Switch emulator for Android. It's dead now too because of similar shenanigans from Nintendo's ninja lawyers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it is what it is, I guess. But it's interesting how Nintendo they're not taking action against like Dolphin. Like they have a website, like they have all their shit going on. Nintendo's just like, don't put it on Steam. Don't put it there.
That's true. I hadn't even really thought about that. You would think that they would go directly after the source instead of just going at Steam. You know, I mean, there was that video back when they were still displaying the Steam Deck about them having Yuzu, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you can still use Yuzu and Ryu, Jinx.
Yeah, so if only I knew where to get the ROMs legally.
You dump them from your physical copies that you own.
Yeah, because you definitely have a V1 Switch to do that from.
100%. 100%. I didn't trade that in for an OLED. Not at all. Not at all. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't own my Switch now, anyways. My daughter does. So never get to
Mario
fucking
time.
Oh my god, dude! It's not Mario now. She knows how to switch games.
Oh yeah, we saw that she was playing Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah, she was, and she was trying to figure out how to catch the Pokemon. She's like, "Dad, help me!" And I was like, "All right, cool." And then like I helped her, and then it was like, "Good job, SK1 UTTNOE," and like just some insane shit. I was like, "What the fuck?" Started dying. I was like, "What is your name?" She's like, "I don't know." Like she doesn't fucking know what's happening.
Just some buttons.
She doesn't realize that that game is an isekai. She doesn't know anything. Hell, she
doesn't know what an isekai is.
No, she doesn't. She will one day, but she doesn't right now.
Raise her anime right.
I will. I'll show her that what the fuck, Uncle from Another World or whatever. That's been on Netflix. I haven't caught up on that.
Have you seen a trailer for this anime that's coming out? It's like the whole premise is this adventuring party that goes into these dungeons to kill creatures in the dungeons to cook them and make delicious food out of them.
I saw that the other day.
That looks really good.
Have you
That's
seen
Trigger.
Did you watch there was one that was kind of like that recently where there was some dude. This is the dumbest premise ever, but it's a very good.
The handyman isekai'd into the adventuring party.
No, but that one I did watch a little bit of that one. I didn't like it because
good.
I don't like the ones that are like 5-minute shorts.
Oh,
and like in a 25-minute block. I'm just not really a fan of that style. But there was another one. I'll have to look it up. But basically, he got brought to another world, right? And his special power is he could basically still order from Amazon, kind of thing. and so what he would do,
perfect.
what he did is, yeah, dude, I know the premise.
His special power is he still has connections to a capitalist society.
Yeah, dude,
What?
it was crazy. It would convert the local currency into what he needed to buy. It's crazy. Just you got to bear with me for a second. And basically, what he would do is he can't fight, right? He's that guy. He can't fight. He can't do nothing like that. So what he did is he would cook, kind of thing. And what ended up happening is he made some meals. This fucking Fenrir motherfucker, this strong ass wolf dude, was like, "I like you. I want you to cook for me for the rest of my life." Made a contract with them, and then they're just like traveling the world, and then eventually he gets a couple other like contracts with some different things or whatever. But yeah, it's basically a cooking show with a little bit of action thrown in, but very 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 laid back and chill and just like super funny. Like But yeah,
I love a cooking anime.
yeah. Well, this show would made some pretty good looking food. I was like, that looks fantastic. Can't have any of it though, because yeah. But yeah, no, it was. It's a good. I'll have to look up the name of that show. I really did like it. It was just a nice little 12 episodes, just chilling.
Solid.
So, but yeah,
It's actually a Jeff Bezos origin story.
He's from another world.
you think Jeff Bezos can cook? He has people for that. Oh shit. So, but yeah, fuck Nintendo and their nonsense is really where
But
this.
keep making badass Zelda games.
You know what? Like, I'm very happy for Tears of the Kingdom. It's probably game of the year at this point. Like, I mean, as much as I'm gonna enjoy Diablo, I just don't see anybody being willing to put anything over Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I just don't think that's how the end of the year is gonna play out. This almost feels like an Elden Ring moment where everybody's like, "Yep, that's it, wrap it up." You know what I mean? Like, we can just have the show now. It doesn't matter what comes out. We're done here.
Pretty stiff. Anything going against Zelda, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we'll see. But yeah, that's what it feels like right now. But I would rather they just come out with a new fucking Switch, an actual new Switch, not a bigger screen and
That's what we all want.
and a flip back, or like a bigger stand, basically. Like give me something modern.
Flipped back.
Yeah, it went
There's
from the
a
little
big
kickstand to a
I
big
thought you were saying,
kickstand.
for a second, I thought you were saying, okay, you're talking about the OLED. I thought you were saying they were going to make a clamshell.
We're going back.
No. Oh man, and look, I can see him doing it, and I bet you would do some funky fitness thing with it too. Be like, stick your hand in
that
here
there's
and
not-
punch. I don't know.
I'm still mad there's not a fucking Wii Fit for the Switch. I love
They
the
they
Wii
have
Fit
that
game,
they have
man.
that other one, the Ring
They have a
Fit.
boxing thing.
No, they have the
Fit's
ring-
not the same. That's very different.
I mean, it is different, but you want to burn some calories.
Oh
But-
yeah, I played it. It's intense.
Yeah, you want to burn some calories, it'll do it. You know, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Wii Fit would be cool. Honestly, yeah, they should come back with that. Americans
Yeah,
are fat
it's
as
awesome.
fuck. They could use that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the fat as fuck category, so calling out myself here a little bit. But yeah, no, I just
No.
anyways. Any closing thoughts, boys?
Yes, I have a closing thought.
What's up, bud?
Summer Games Done Quick
Oh,
is
yeah.
a speedrunning event where all your donations go to Doctors Without Borders. They're currently, last I looked earlier today, they're at like $60,000. So
Oh,
we got a long ways to go.
yeah.
Go check it out. Awesome speed runs. Earlier tonight they were doing it was a really cool run. They always do like blocks where they have like similar games and categories. They did their Sonic block earlier today, and I caught some of the Sonic Adventure director's cut. And in Sonic Adventure, you play as like different characters from Sonic, and they each have their own kind of storylines, right? Speaking of Sonic,
Good timing.
but it was sweet because it was a relay. So for each character,
Yeah.
one player would like speed run it, and then they would hand it off to the next player to do the next character's category. And they did that for like all of the characters in the game, and it was super cool to watch.
Yeah, that's-
So if that sounds cool, or like Majora's Mask randomizer, check it out. Summer Games Done Quick.
I think it's funny that you mentioned that because we didn't talk about it, but Sonic Origins is getting like a $10 paid update.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it costs $10, but it fixes a lot of problems with the game, and you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 2, or no, Sonic CD. You can play as Knuckles, and then also like it makes Amy playable in the original games.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
like
cool.
that.
But it's
I
paid?
don't want to buy it, but I kind of want to buy it just for that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Is that your closing thought, bud?
That's my closing thought. Tim, get your own closing thought.
Stop piggybacking off
Play
of
more
Sonic as he's playing games.
I'm not playing games. I'm not playing Halo.
Tim promised that he would not be playing any games on his Steam Deck.
I'm not playing on my Steam Deck.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Huh?
My closing thought is buy Diablo. Because This game's gonna be fucking good.
No.
I don't. Curious question.
I'll buy it when it comes out.
Justin, do you just not like Diablo or ARPGs? Or
Yeah, I tried Diablo and I didn't like it. I've tried Path of Exile, didn't really get into it. Just something about those games don't click with me. Borderlands didn't really click with me. Maybe it's just like looter games I don't like.
The only looting he likes to do is on a pirate ship.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess.
That's
I
not
was about to
looting.
say. I was about to
Not a
say.
looter.
That's a different looting.
No
Yeah.
loot.
But I guess I was gonna say you play Marauders, and like hunt.
That's not.
And, like,
That's not a looter either.
I'm not
It's
It's
getting
literally called a
plus-
looter shooter.
I'm not getting a +7 longsword.
No, you just get 45 ACP instead of 9 mil. Like that's
Yeah.
it's the same idea. You know what I mean?
Are there hardcore servers for Diablo where if you die you lose all your shit?
There's hardcore servers where if you die, yeah, you start back at level 1.
By that logic, you could
I could
also
play that,
call
maybe.
fucking DayZ a looter shooter. That's not what it is. That's not. Just because you loot things doesn't make it. It's like Skyrim's not a looter.
Marauders
Extraction
is an
shooter.
extraction shooter.
Extraction
Yeah.
shooter.
Extraction shooters are it's different than a looter shooter.
Mhm,
Correct.
mhm.
I mean,
But extraction shooters are a thing.
extraction
Tarkov,
shooters where the
Otters.
main function is to loot. Yes.
Yes.
like that's
But it's a different gameplay loop, and it's a different type of looting. Like you loot in most RPGs, but not every RPG is a looter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he brought up loot. The games he plays,
I do a lot of looting.
you do a lot of looting, so I don't
That's true.
I don't understand the difference. It's pretty similar. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, get Diablo and play it with a controller, and thank me later. I think a lot of people will enjoy it better with a controller. Anyways, that's all I got. I think that's all we got. So we will see you next Wednesday, prior to the Xbox Game Show, which I think falls on a Saturday. Is it a
Weird.
Saturday? Is it a Saturday? Is it a Saturday?
Is it a Saturday?
It is. No, it's a fucking Tuesday. Why would they have... Okay.
Game day.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I work that day too, so it's gonna. Be,
I need to have a quick conversation with these people. Why the fuck are you having it during a work day? In the middle of the work day.
Gil watches his video every time.
I don't love Skill Up. I don't care about Skill Up. I want to be able to sit down and watch the whole show, whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. Why the fuck do they always release it at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's at work? Put it on a Saturday. Anyways, sorry. Random tangent. We love you. We'll see you next week where we'll have more random tangents. And play more games, as Tim likes to say. Love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.